So there's always been something off about the lore of the games that's been heavily implied for years now. After the children were lured away and murdered at Freddy Fazbear's wife William, their bodies were shoved into the suits of animatronics to hide them from being discovered. The police investigation on the building occurred, with them not finding any trace of the children that had gone missing somehow. This outcome would go on to rot and stink up the animatronics themselves, forcing the establishment to shut down from health inspection failures. I can't imagine the smell of rotting flesh is really great for a business. Now this all links up and all until you think about the inspection and the investigation parts themselves. Surely the police would connect the dots after the animatronics began to smell like death, and that either, looking for possibly dead children, kind of click. The dots kind of connect there. But James, Fazbear Entertainment would have covered it all up and shh! We aren't using that boring-ass excuse of a plot hole filler. Too many people have already used it in the past. I will glaze and meat ride Baddington to my deathbed, chat, but come on, man, there is no way the public never put it together what happened to the kids when these monstrosities were hitting the pre-show stage. We're gonna be a little bit more creative and realistic here, with a much more likely outcome that doesn't mess up any of the established lore. At least too much. And it actually makes sense when you put some thought into it. Can you tell I'm coping yet? And also, guys, I know it's very bold of me to even utter the word realistic in this game's setting and established lore, but stay with me here. I'm thinking that William discreetly hid the bodies within the animatronic suits that were kept in parts and service during breaks within shows. Then later, after the place closed for the night, he then would remove the bodies from the animatronics to dispose of them elsewhere. Let me tell you, the trunk of his car will be never the same shade of purple again. But with all the time that the bodies were shoved up against all the machinery in the suits, the blood and the rotting remains of the once-alive corpses seeped into it. This not only gave enough connection to the metal for the smell to stay forever, but for the souls to stay forever too. Thus, this act created the possessed band of murderous children entertainers that we all know and love. Hell, this reasoning even links up with the FNaF movie's lore implications somewhat. One of the first established victims of William was Michael's little brother, which kicked off the plot for the film. What's interesting about this is that William didn't perform this murder in the reins of the restaurant. He literally just went up and picked a kid from the woods. This also implied that Will didn't do this randomly and was just picking targets, but that's an essay for another day, maybe after the second movie drops. Just like how Mangle should be dropping on fools in that movie, I swear to God. Back on topic, Garrett's death reflects Charlie's death in the games, which likely means he'll go on to be the puppet. Information that literally everyone else in the fandom will nail to your head until it sticks nail. Now going back to the games here, we have confirmation that the OG animatronics have been around for a long time. Years upon years, in fact, going through several renovations and makeovers during rebrands and reopenings and all that. But once again, my point is made clear here. You'd think that somebody during that huge-ass time frame would notice the rotting child corpses during all the salvaging and fixing. I truly think it's definite proof that there aren't bodies in those suits anymore. Only souls. Now, this isn't to say that I think all animatronics are devoid of bodies. I mean, just look at Springtrap as an obvious example of how he is depicted pretty bluntly in FNaF 3 and Pizza Sam with a corpse rotting inside of him. Look, just be real. Don't you think that if those children's bodies were still animatronics, we'd at the very least see tiny glimpses of them poking around inside the wither animatronic designs? I mean, at least an arm, a leg, some bone, some flesh, anything. None of the wizards, the OGs, or even the phantoms have signs of rotting flesh or even bits of bones in their designs. The nightmares are a whole different story and classification, because they look like that for a different reason we might cover another day. So, in that case, where did William hide the bodies, you might be asking? I might be taking the piss here if I haven't been already, but I think he legit either buried the bodies in the woods, like how the movie's definitely implied a few times with how many times it shows those damn woods with those damn kids in it. Or if we're gonna bring remnant bullshit into this, we can also theorize that William took the bodies down into the sister location to begin beta testing around with fun-time animatronics. Just remember, gang, those are children's souls you're giving controlled shocks to, so please, try and be responsible of your temptation. So I think this all-around theory just makes more sense in the terms of lore. With the souls mostly connected to the metal, they would stay attached to their new animatronic/endo husks for the rest of their foreseeable afterlife. And even after the afterlife, apparently. God fucking damn it, security breach. We had a good thing with the FNaF 6 ending. But that's just my take on why the missing children's bodies were actually never found by the police when they, it would have been pretty easy for them to actually just glance inside the animatronics and find them there after following the smell. That's all for now, though, but be sure to subscribe for more. It really helps out the channel and, money. And also be sure to stay tuned for more videos and streams in the near future, including ones like this. Obviously, this is my main thing now. Take care, lads. They're buried out in the shed out back, and bye for now.